Boca Grande may be the tarpon capital of the world, but guides are reporting huge numbers of the silver kings this summer right here in Tampa Bay waters.
They're also seeing more sharks that feast on tarpon as they're being caught. So that's what's making waves for us tonight. Protecting both of these species proving to be a bit of a delicate dance while also fighting growth and development.
It's just a fish that gets really big. Known for how hard they fight, the way they jump, the colors of it, the brightness of it, the way the sun hits and changes the colors of the fish. All right, just a beautiful creature. Like a dance in the air from a fish up and up, dancing in the air, flipping around. It's beautiful. It's like art. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
No one wonders why they're called the Silver Kings. They typically hit the shallow beaches of Boca Grande in late spring and slowly make their way to Tampa Bay before heading out into the Gulf to spawn in September.
It hurts to jump, so they don't do it very much. It's like us when we get older.
You can only catch them in Florida, the Bahamas, and South America as well, so people come from all over the world to hook up and dance with them.
Take it out of gear.
A strong fish.
Captain Chris Wiggins is a St. Pete native who's fished these waters since he could sling a pole.
It's probably been the best tarpon season, like ever, I think. We had really great weather. We didn't have any rain. It's 40 days, no rain.
That meant more bait fish, which the tarpon chase, especially around Egmont Key, where Captain Chris and fishing buddy Javon McNeil freelined some cut bait with the current after chumming the water. And had us hooked up in less than 20 minutes.
Wine, Javon.
And she put on a show.
Pretty fish.
Nothing like seeing this in person.
Oh my God, that was pretty.
After a grueling 45-minute fight, conservation becomes key.
Yeah, he's a nice fish.
These fish are super slow to grow, and they'll often fight till their death.
So you want the right tackle where you fight in the shortest amount of time.
And if you do get one to the boat, keep water moving through its gills. This 160-pound monster took us to the beach, where we made extra sure she was getting enough water for a good release.
And remember, when they get this big, you cannot take them fully out of the water. It's what, 40 inches? 40 inches. It's the biggest one. Everything else, you got to leave in the water.
Go on. Yep.
Go, baby, go.
Releases aren't always so graceful around here either.
Oh, we've on it.
Guides all across the Tampa Bay area are also reporting more and more sharks these days that love to pounce on a hooked-up tarpon. This happened to Captain Chris just a few weeks ago. It also happened to Captain John McClay. Watch this 12-foot hammerhead shark nearly come out of the water, slamming his catch off Anna Maria Island. The Tarpon and Bonefish Trust and American Fisheries Society both say more sharks are threatening the tarpon population.
And I think it's going to get worse.
Michael Larkin is a fish biologist in St. Pete who studies both. He tells me we're seeing the result now of federal shark protections passed in 2010 and tighter regulations for recreational fishing.
So there are more sharks in the water and more discards. So it comes as like this perfect storm of anglers losing their catch to sharks.
And you can help by opening the spool or cutting your line even if you see any sharks when you're hooked up. And maintaining a healthy balance is ever more critical, as sharks aren't their only threat.
Yeah, come on up.
There are more of us out on the water, too, as word spreads about our backyard paradise.
I'm just hoping that their habitat stays, you know, with all these mangroves, and now we're building more and more houses and condos. But it's still really good fishery, it really is.
Now, this is not just a statewide concern here in Florida. Congress actually passed a bipartisan bill this spring to study the effect that sharks are having on the tarpon fishery. All over the Southeast, we'll certainly let you know what they find out. In the meantime, if you want to hook up with Captain Chris, he is Salty Hook Charters, and he's in high demand, already booking as well for next spring. Hey there, Scott.
Love it. Great video, Mark.